And if you ever wonder, especially if you're new to meditation, often one of the things that's a little disturbing about it is how chatty your mind is. And even more disturbing than that initially is that there's really nothing you can do about it. That up until you took a look, you thought it was under your control. You thought, in other words, that you were doing the chatting. And then you can get a new idea that says, it might be a good idea not to chat so often, so much internally. Like a lot of that's just a bunch of nonsense. So let me try not to do that. And then you find it just keeps going. Right? Initially, if you can remember the first few times you meditate, or the first time that someone told you that the point of meditation was not to chat to yourself so much, it's a little disquieting to realize, I can't stop. It seems to be doing it without my consent or intention. That's a little weird. I thought I was doing all the thinking there. So you sit down and you meditate and so that sort of scrambled thinking, and a lot of times when you just sit and you start to be able to watch it, you see how sort of a lot of it is kind of nonsensical. It's just babbling, Like if somebody had a conversation with you like that, you'd lose interest very, very quickly. And people wonder, why is my mind doing that? Why does it endlessly talk to itself, even when it's so clear that there's nothing really that it needs to be talking to itself about? It's almost would be like a hammer. It just keeps hammering, whether there's nails or not. Right? And it just keeps breaking things because it hammers everything. Fortunately, hammers don't do that. They don't run around like thoughts all by themselves, But just if they did, you would, good Lord, that's an odd thing to happen. Your minds are often kind of like that. They're like hammers that keep banging on things even when there's nothing to construct. There's no reason. But see, it's your mind trying to impose order on your experience. And of course, underneath that is kind of the existential fear or anxiety, or you ever meditated and you just start to feel like, I just feel, what's the word? Antsy, right? It's that feeling like antsy, like I just gotta move, right? I gotta do something. Because initially, when you first do this, your mind is very fearful of letting go of trying to impose order upon things. And so you get antsy or you get anxious or whatever you get. And as you do it a little more, you start to realize, like, it's okay, everything's going to be all right. It's not actually a problem, the world's not going to fall apart if I don't talk to myself so much. In fact, it seems like maybe you even have a deeper insight that my talking to myself is a big part of what seems to make things fall apart. Or feel like they're falling apart, right? Because you can talk yourself into misery in a moment. And so a lot of the esoteric or inner parts of spirituality are ways that are trying to disentangle consciousness from thought. As if to say, and how do you do that? You use another ordering mechanism, which is called discrimination. Oh, there's my thinking, and there's the awareness of my thinking. Oh, there's actually two things going on. Oh, I didn't notice that before. So you've created you've used the power of your mind, discrimination, to create a different level of order. So you notice different things. There's thought and awareness of thought. Oh. And as the thoughts change and seem to speak all by themselves, with or without your consent, And sometimes then the thoughts might stop or get slower or get faster. But this kind of light of awareness thing seemed to just kind of be there, like a light you turn on your room that doesn't become brighter or less bright, or depending on the quality of the conversation that's happening in the room or what you're doing. It's just sort of a light that lights things up. And as you do this after a little bit, you start to notice this awareness thing is kind of like a light that lights up all of my experience. It is the thing that's noticing the thoughts. And the same thing with the feelings. Oh, I feel this and I feel that. And feelings can happen, and most all of them do happen without your intention, right? Without your consent. They just happen. You know, you can feel bad when you don't want to feel bad. Who wants to feel bad? You can feel anxious when you don't want to feel anxious. And then when you start to disentangle consciousness from your feelings a bit, you start to, there's these fundamentally two things going on. There's these feelings that come and go, kind of like thoughts do. And there's this sort of light of awareness, seems to be kind of steady, kind of like turning a light on in a room, kind of like a light that doesn't go off. That's kind of a consciousness. Sometimes you might have the feeling, I wish the light would go off sometime. You ever gone to bed at night and just couldn't wait until the light of your awareness just kind of disappeared and you just went into a kind of oblivion? All I want is the lights to go off. It's been such a terrible, dreadful day. Right? Then you wake up in the morning and your light turns back on and you go, oh no.